afternoon everybody. It's a windy 2nd of February, so I thought we'd come out here and do a little video for you. Now I'm going to give you a brief description before we start, primarily because of the wind. I don't know whether when I go outside the wind will distort my voice, take it out of the equation, so if it does I apologise, but that's the weather, not me. So I'll briefly describe what I'm going to do while we're out here, and then if there's no noise, if there's no sound, you know what's happened. You may remember last year there was a couple of videos done on beetroot. One was taking beetroot and making a beef and beetroot curry. It was okay. I wouldn't do it again for myself. It might suit other people. The other one, if you remember, I showed you some beetroot seeds I bought from one of the pound shops, and it was six different varieties of beetroot in one packet. Now when I got the packet, I somewhat naively thought there'd be 6 different packets inside here and I'll know what's what. There wasn't. There was 1,250 seeds in one packet, supposedly of 6 different varieties. So they were planted. We planted some on Karen's, and later on in the year we planted some on ours. After the introduction I'll take you to ours and then to Karen's, because I'm going to take some Karen's up. Ours are still quite immature. We'll take Karen's up because they're the size where if we go too far they might go woody. And then I'll take them up, I'll take them home, I'll show you what we've got, so that when they're cleaned up and we can have a look at them. And then we're probably going to pickle some of them, because Pauline and I like our pickled beetroot for different reasons. Pauline likes it on hot pot, I like it on cheese sandwiches or corned beef sandwiches, so you know, it works for us. Right, that's the introduction. I'll take you out now to have a look at the beetroot. Right, here we are. These are the beetroots on our plot. Now obviously you don't get an idea of scale here, but that one for instance is about 32mm and 1.5 inch diameter, so it's ideal for a baby beet. On the other hand, you look at this little bugger here, and that's 1/2 inch in diameter, 12mm. It's not worth anything as yet, and that's the general consensus looking around here. You've got, you know, quite small beetroot. That one's 19mm, 3/4 inch. That one's 20mm, 25mm, 1 inch, and these anywhere and everywhere in between. I mean, that one's done quite well, but to be perfectly honest, as has that one, I think some of them were transplanted from other beds when we wanted to put cabbage in. So we'll go up to Karen's now. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it is a bit windy over here, so for the next few minutes you're just going to see me digging up beetroot. Now there's 2 or 3 different varieties you can see, some cylindra, some pale ones, and the sizes are about 3 inches, 3.5 inch diameter, some of them. So if they got much bigger they'd be woody and only suitable for stuff like borscht, which we don't tend to be. So I'm just going to start digging them up now. Right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I've not taken them all up. I think I'll take those, sort those out, and then consider the others a bit later. I've got the biggest ones it's starting to rain a bit. There is some slug damage there, there's some slugs residing in some of those beetroot, but we'll take them home, we'll see where they are. You can see the cylindra and the ones that look like a standard globe or boltardy, and then the paler ones, there's a few of those. Doesn't seem to be an even mix of the different varieties, but what can you expect for a pound? I'll show you those when I've cleaned them up at home. Right, well there we are, that's what I'm taking home to do some work with. I could have got twice as much, but I can do it in a couple of goes so that it's not too much of a hassle, because I've got to make sure I find jars for this now. Just as a comment, there's quite a few with some slug damage, some bad, some not so bad. I'm going to be trying to evaluate whether any particular varieties resist it better. For instance, this one, it only appears to have one slug hole in it. Some of the others have got quite a lot more. But it's going to be difficult because I couldn't plant them and know what was coming up in each area. So this year I'll be planting individual types of beetroot to see what comes up. Now what I've done here is I've just tore the tops off, and they're in with the horse muck from last week, basically going to compost. Now I don't want to be seen to be telling Granny how to suck eggs, but just for anybody who doesn't know, when you're pickling beetroot and you're boiling it, you do not cut into the bulb. If you cut into the bulb, it bleeds all the colour and some of the flavour out of it. So I just rough torn the tops off, not touch the bottoms. I'll wash them, clean them up, and I'll show you them at home and get them boiling, because that's how we produce our pickled beetroot. Hi everybody, pardon me for not being in view all the time, but here are the beetroots I showed the other day. Topped, but not cut into the flesh. Gently boiled until sticking a knife in it, it's just tender. Now I'm going to put these in the sink, and these are not all the beetroot, but it's enough to boil for now. And with very, very great care, please take care. This fluid, even without the beetroot being cut, will stain, so get rid of it very, very gently, and you'll find however well you've washed them, you'll find all sorts of bits of soil in the bottom, and you'll need to clean your pans. So that's the starting point. Once you've got your beetroots cooked, first thing to do is tail and top them. Again, all this is very, very stainable. So, and then get an ordinary knife, just a blunt knife, and you'll find you can just gently rub it and the skin will come off. Do not peel beforehand, because you'll lose all the colour and I presume some of the flavour of the beetroot, so you don't want that to happen. So now you just peel the skin off, just gently rubbing it. It's quite easy. All you have to do when you're cooking them is just watch it carefully to make sure you don't overcook it, because you don't want a mush. I did this on a very low gas light for a couple of hours, I think it was, and it's done now. Now what we're going to do, we're going to pickle this, because that's the way me and Pauline like it. So I'll go ahead, I'll peel all of these, and then any bits off where I've got slug damage, I'll cut that off, and then we'll get on to the actual process of pickling. I don't know how masochistic you might be, but I'm not going to test that. So I won't stand here doing all this and put a 3-hour video on of me trimming this stuff up. Not fair to you, and I don't want people calling me a boring bleeder. So I'm going to turn the camera off now, and I'll come back when I've done that. Right, I've trimmed these down now. There was a fair bit of slug damage. I'm going to show you a couple of things. One, these are the Kilner style jars that I'm going to use, plus, if necessary, this old honey jar. I'm going to fill them with boiling water to sterilise them. In the meantime, there was another jar I intended to use, which I saw in the garage and I thought, oh, there's some beetroot in there, but it looks like it's got contaminated because there's mould in it. I took it out, I rinsed it out, and then I realised what had happened. If you can see, there must have been damage to the inner coating on the lid, and the acidity of the vinegar has actually eaten clean through the lid, which is where the contamination got in. So I shan't be using that jar and lid, shall I? But yes, starting point, boiling water in these to sterilise them. Leave for a few minutes. Loosely close the lids so that the heat gets to those as well. Now, normally I peel the beetroot when it's still quite hot. Unfortunately, I was quite busy last night, so I didn't have a chance to do that. So what I'm going to do this time, because I like to put the beetroot in hot, I'm going to chop the beetroot, put it on a plate and microwave it till it's quite hot to make sure there's no bacteria on it. But the other thing I also do is I always use boiling vinegar. And I won't show you, but this is malt vinegar, 5% acidity. So as a starting point, before I warm the beetroot up, I'll get some vinegar in a jug, a plastic jug, and put it in the new microwave because the old one died last week, which was quite strange considering last month the oven died. So that's warming up now. Those jars are sterilising, and this one's chopping. So I'll leave it for a minute, let you avoid all the boring bits. Now, how fine you chop your beetroot's up to you. Sometimes it depends on the size of the jar you're going in. So I'm just going to chop it as I would chop it, and I'll come back when I've got hot beetroot on a plate, hot vinegar and sterilised jars, plus you may remember these hanging on our light fitting in the dining room. These are the chilies we grew last year. I tend to put one in each jar just to add a little bit of kick to the vinegar. I don't add any sugar for sweetness, the beetroot's sweet enough. So back in a minute. Right, here we are, hot beetroot jars. Watch myself. Pack the beetroot into the jars. Fairly tight, it's quite warm this, which hopefully will mean I've killed all the bacteria in it. You can see quite a lot of beetroot goes into a jar, and you can pack it in quite tight. It saves you using too much vinegar, because everything it's a cost. Now this vinegar I'm using is fairly standard malt vinegar. It's 5% acetic acid, so it's okay. It'll keep things. Now with these, you have to be a little, Kilner jars, you have to be a little bit more careful, because the tops go inside the jar to some extent, so you have to leave it a little bit low. Now, boiling vinegar, gently pour it in. You do need to cover the beetroot, and if I've got any doubts at all, you get a piece of plastic, put a piece of plastic over it, cling film, ever plastic, just to help seal it. Shouldn't need it with these, but belt and braces always helps. And there we are, pickled beetroot. Good to save. Now I'm going to carry on and finish the rest of this off, but just by way of recapping, this originally started out where we had 6 different varieties of beetroot mixed up in one bag. Now I have got 1 or 2 of other varieties which I'll pickle later on, I'll show you later on. But really this year the goal now is I'm going to get beetroot and so a grower know exactly what's going to come there. This mixed packet, it didn't work because I think some of the varieties I've not got. I don't know whether I've got them or not. So I hope your pickling goes well, and I'll carry on and do this. So take care, please subscribe.